Today is Yom HaShoah, and because it is Holocaust Remembrance Day, I am going to read a portion of Night by Elie Wiesel. It is called Never, but before I get into that, I am going to actually read the quotation from the Allied Supreme Commander, Dwight D. Eisenhower, and what he said about the Holocaust and why he wanted it all documented. So these are his words, followed by Elie Wiesel's Night. The things I saw beggar description. The visual evidence and the verbal testimony of starvation, cruelty, and bestiality were so overpowering as to leave me a bit sick. I made the visit deliberately, in order to be in a position to give first-hand evidence of these things if ever, in the future, there develops a tendency to charge these allegations merely to propaganda. That's to everybody who is on social media and prides themselves on being a Holocaust denier. You're just the lowest form of scum on earth. So, yet even first-hand evidence cannot fully capture the horror. A survivor, Elie Wiesel, who endured it, bore a lifetime of witness. Never shall I forget that night, the first night in camp, that turned my life into one long night, 7 times sealed. Never shall I forget that smoke. Never shall I forget the small faces of the children, whose bodies I saw transformed into smoke under a silent sky. Never shall I forget those flames that consumed my faith forever. Never shall I forget the nocturnal silence that deprived me for all eternity of the desire to live. Never shall I forget those moments that murdered my God and my soul and turned my dreams to ashes. Never shall I forget those things, even where I condemned to live as long as God himself. Zachor, remember, never forget. And I understand the irony of me standing here with my tefillin on, having wrapped today specifically to do this video. But the whole point is, never shall we forget, never again shall we allow this to happen. And if there was ever a shirt that was brought to you by the Pew Pew Jew, it would be this one. So make sure that you remember Yom HaShoah, Holocaust Remembrance Day, so you can say proudly, never again. This is the Red, White, and Blue Jew, aka Jake Donnelly, saying until next time, folks, never again, never forget.